Hey guys, alright, I'm Pascal from Orange Pixel, and usually I have these videos planned out completely and written down everything I want to talk about. And next week's video is fully planned. I'm going to talk about YouTube and the whole process of the last year. The week after is completely planned. I'm going to talk about Orange Pixel, the business all year, as it will be the last video of this year. But today's video had nothing planned at all. All I wrote down, and let me just show you, is this. YouTube week 50, talk about Gunslugs. So I guess I'm gonna talk about Gunslugs. Alright, Gunslugs. By the way, hope you like the hat. It's I'm trying out different hat guys and manufacturers and companies, and just I wanted the hat for myself with my logo on it, and this one fits. It's a baseball cap, but it doesn't really, either my head is too big or the cap is too small. Answers in the comments below. I ordered another one which will be like a trucker cap, which should be a little bit bigger and higher, and it will have the Gunslugs logo on it. Just trying out different things, and let me know what you think about the cap or the size of my head or something. Anyway, today's video, Gunslugs. Right, originally, for those who don't know yet, Gunslugs is the game I'm currently working on. The full title is Gunslugs Rogue Tactics. It's the third game. The first one was released in 2013, the second in 2015. Available on PC, Android, iPhone, 3DS and PS Vita, roughly. And this is going to be a new chapter in the game. It's going to be a little bit more tactical and a little bit more roguelike, basically, as the subtitle already kind of hints at. The game was originally planned for release in December, and it's now December and it's not done. It's still going to be a few more months, I think. The last few days I've been adding a lot of cool stuff. Yesterday I've added ninjas to the game with katanas, and you can take out the ninjas and then pick up their katana, which is a very strong replacement for your standard melee weapon. So there's a lot of fun there. So I guess we're just going to talk a little bit about all the new stuff that I've been adding since the last video I did, which has been 4 weeks, I think. About 4 weeks. So a lot has changed, and there is a lot of fun stuff I can show you. So let's just dive into the game right now. So what have I been adding to the game? Some of the key elements I've added from the top of my head are the inventory system. Basically right now there are different types of inventory. You'll be able to pick up footwear, so shoes or boots or anything that you can put on your feet. There will be shield types and there will be helmet types, which are three main or key inventory items. These three are separate from the rest of your inventory, but you can only have one of each, so you can have only one type of shield and one type of helmet. You can't have two different helmets. As soon as you pick up a new helmet, the old one is removed and replaced. So those three elements are always there. You can pick up Springer shoes, which will allow you to do a double jump, but you can't put on sneakers at the same time, which will allow you to run faster. Or you can put on slippers, which will basically make you almost unhearable for the enemy, so you can sneak up to them from behind and do your thing. So you have those three inventory type items, and then there are other stuff like the voodoo mask from the original Gunslugs, which you can pick up and you will take it with you, and when you die it will bring you back to life. That's a one type deal inventory item. And then there is things like adrenaline. If you pick it up, it will immediately go into effect and it will give you extra energy. There are energy drinks that will only have effect a couple of times, and that's basically how I sorted out the inventory, which was a very interesting way to make sure I don't have to build an inventory. I don't want to add an inventory screen to this game, so I went to great lengths to just avoid it completely, because I do like inventory screens. It just doesn't feel right in this type of game. It felt right, perfectly right in Sir Questionnaire or in Space Grunts, just not in Gunslugs. So that's why I tried to avoid it, and I think I managed to find a good working way to have an inventory without actually having an inventory. So speaking of the inventory system, the three items I just mentioned are also added to the status bar, and the status bar has completely redid the status bar. So as you can see, the status bar now mimics a sort of a gun. With this energy there, the weapon you are currently using, which are always two different weapons, your melee weapon or your gun, whichever or whatever it is. Your base gun has an infinite amount of ammo, which just works better with the gameplay, at least in my opinion. But as soon as you pick up another gun, it gets a certain amount of ammo based on the gun type, but also your character type. And as soon as that ammo dies out, you'll revert back to your default weapon. Besides all those very interesting things, I've also been just adding random graphics and scenery and just prettying up the game here and there. I do think adding all these little things like grass and moving leaves and falling leaves and shipping containers and things like that just add a lot to the game. It makes the world just feel more complete and more full and more alive. So as I'm also working on getting this game released and maybe even sending it to a publisher, I've been tidying up and cleaning the interface a lot. So things like cinematic bars and avatar speech, and the cinematic bars are there when there is something happening on screen that might need your attention. Also been fixing up the interface. I had a lot of things like buttons not showing up correctly or the text not being centered correctly, and just minor issues, but all these things, if you polish them, it just adds so much more value to a game. And that also includes the cool pause screen, although I'm still not 100% confident this is gonna be the final pause screen, because I don't know, I like dog tags and I like how it looks right now, but I'm also not 100% sure if this is what I want. So if I get bored by this screen before the game is released, it will most likely be replaced and removed, and something else will be there by the time the game is out. So that's the current state of Gunslugs. It's not done. I'm most likely gonna be targeting March or April. My to-do list says a lot of bug fixing. It also adds a lot of new stuff, so I have to start working on adding the big old sandworm that was in the first Gunslugs and in the second. I just love that creature, so it's gonna be in this one as well. And there are a lot of little things like that that I still need to add to the game that I have on my to-do list. But we're gonna see more about that next year, because this will be the last video for Gunslugs for this year, since the next 2 weeks are already planned. Next week I'm going to talk about my YouTube adventure. What were my original plans at the start of January, and did I accomplish them, and will I continue doing it? I will. The week after I'll be talking about Orange Pixel and the whole year. Was it a good year for Orange Pixel or was it not? We're going to talk about that. So if you have questions about either my YouTube adventure or my Orange Pixel business adventures, let me know in the comments below, because I might be able to answer them in the next 2 videos. But that's it for now, because I've done enough talking. I'm gonna work on Gunslugs because this game needs to be done next year at the least. So I'm gonna draw a worm, a sandworm, and draw maybe some pirates, vampires, and all those little ideas. And there's a lot of work there. I'm just gonna work on it, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hey guys, quick little extra. It's now Friday afternoon. I just finished editing this video, but this morning I already added the new sandworm to the game. So here's a little sneak peek. Enjoy.